Hello and welcome to the Come Alive podcast. I'm your host, Mirchandani. I'm a mother with a story, a business leader with a vision, and an author whose work focuses on transforming lives and relationships through a better understanding of self-love. Today's episode is titled The Role of Love in Your Leadership. Friends watching on YouTube, I apologize for the glasses. I'm having an eye issue and hence I need to protect it from extra light. Fulfillment in your life and success of your business are truly in your hands because it is the drive, passion and love that you give it which will make it happen. Self-love plays a key role for you to achieve success in all areas of your life. It is the only way you will be able to align your inner self with the culture of your company that you are building. Self-love has a great impact not only on you as an entrepreneur or person, but it also has a commercial and organizational impact, meaning it can directly impact your profits and bottom line. And that's what I'm going to be expanding on today. The more connected you are to your inner self, the more you will be able to impact your personal life, leadership, and your organization at large. Ultimately, success in all these three areas is what leads to fulfillment. Let's start with how self-love impacts your personal life. As mentioned in my book, when you are in love with yourself, you will never be in conflict with another. When times are challenging, it is normal to feel disconnected from family and friends. It's at this point we find ourselves focusing more on work or another area of our lives. However, when we are fully connected to ourselves through the 5 ways mentioned in episode 2 of this podcast, you are more present in the now. It impacts your personal life in the following ways: self, family, friends, and health. Let's start with self. You know you are connected to yourself when you feel accepting of who you are and feel aware of your thoughts, actions, and words. You become reflective and effective. This is a process to become a better version of yourself, and you must embrace it to feel fulfilled within. Next, we have family. Everyone has a different definition for whom they call family. But in the traditional sense, it feels like having love and compassion for your parents, developing a stronger bond with your partner, and finding extra patience with your children. You become energetically drawn to loving your family unconditionally. Let's now move to friends. Over the course of your life, you meet a lot of people. Some stay in your life and some may not. Feeling connected with your friends means that you appreciate and are grateful for them. You don't judge them, but love them for being in your life. You connect to them on a soul level. Moreover, you are able to let go of people who don't serve you anymore and have no role to play in your life. And finally, health. Your physical and mental health will have the most impact on how you are able to connect with yourself. When you exercise, you release the hormones needed to keep you emotionally and mentally fit and keep your body energized and physically able to help you perform in all areas of your life. It is important to exercise regularly to keep you on top of your game. We now come to leadership. Let's discuss how you become a better leader through self-love. There are 4 parts in leadership: inspire, connect, lead by example, and team performance. As Robin Sharma says, leadership is not about title or designation. It's about impact, influence, and inspiration. Let me start with inspire. When you become the person you aspire to be, you will be able to inspire other leaders and peers in your organization to become a better version of themselves. Next is connect. As a leader, when you are in love with yourself and connected to yourself, you will be able to connect to your team at a deeper level, which exudes empathy and compassion. It improves internal and external communication with all stakeholders because you lead with authenticity. Now let's talk about leading by example. When you consistently work on growing yourself, you drive your team to propel in the same direction of greatness. When you are a learner in the school of life, you become aware and intuitive. You disperse the wisdom needed to transform your peers. As Jim Rohn says, success is something you attract by the person you become. It is the consistent effort you put into building yourself that gives you the life you desire. And finally, team performance. When you are genuinely concerned about your team members' growth at a human level, then performance follows. The performance is the byproduct of growing yourself and your team from the inside. And statistics prove that when the people are taken care of, the organization thrives. And now, let me spend some time talking about self-love's impact on your organization at large. I'll set the tone here with this quote. Customers will never love a company until the employees love it first, by Simon Sinek. Self-love can have a huge impact on commercial and overall aspects of your organization. I can really share this truth from my own experience running the Manrre Logistics Fund. Here are 4 major areas we saw improve when I rolled out self-love programs: profit, culture, customer engagement, and overall alignment. Let's start with profit. When you are driven by love rather than ego, you will be able to maintain, retain, and grow relationships with all stakeholders. Next is culture. When your team is connected to themselves, you will be able to drive a culture that thrives on an intrinsically motivated team. You as a leader are then able to build and maintain a culture that beats strategy any day of the week. Then we have customer engagement. When you value relationships over transactions, you always win. When the customer is respected and appreciated from all touch points in the organization, then your community of loyal customers will start to attract your next group of loyal customers. And finally, we have overall alignment. Conscious and connected leadership will prevail as alignment is the key to a successful organization. When a deeper connection flows through all stakeholders, then values are honored, inevitably driving alignment and success. To round this up, the value you gain from connecting with yourself is far greater than you can imagine. When you become aware of how you will be impacted by self-connection and self-love, that is when you will be able to take the steps in the direction of your transformation. To transform your life, transform yourself. Because the relationship you have with yourself determines the quality of all relationships you hold. Thank you for listening to this episode of Come Alive podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please give us a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcast. Hit the follow button on Spotify and share the podcast with anyone who needs to hear it. If you are watching the visual podcast on YouTube, make sure you hit subscribe and the notification bell, as well as leave us a like and a comment. I look forward to us talking again on the next episode. Thank you and lots of love.